So my dear students, this is actually the video number 3 of the fundamentals of the partnership. In the previous video, we discussed about how to prepare the P&L appropriation, and moreover we have discussed even the practical problems related to this. Now here we are going to discuss in this very particular video, that is how to prepare the partner's capital account. Okay, so we have gone through what is the significance of the preparation of the partner's capital account and why this partner's capital account has been made. Okay, so now let's deal like actually what are the various types of the partner's capital account that we can prepare it, and what is its basically the format about. So children, that is the partner's capital account. In case of a partnership form of an accounting, if we are doing, it can be made by the two ways. Assuming the two cases over here, the first is when it is fixed, and the second one comes is that is when it is fluctuating. From the term fixed, it means it may be clear to you something relating to those things which are static, okay, which are not changing, and the term fluctuating basically stands for what? Something which keep on changing or which are subjected to frequent changes is what we call it as what? That is the fluctuating. So here first we will be discussing here how this fixed method of preparation of the partner's capital account is different from that of the fluctuating. So children, when we assume this thing, those things generally which has to be mentioned in the partner's capital account and which are generally from the partner's point of view, if we will take about. So when we are picking up those things which are not subject to the frequent changes, okay, so that means we are preparing which, or we are following which method, that is when the partner's capital is fixed. When we are just taking up all the things together, which are subjected to the frequent changes due to the happening of the events, then it means that we are preparing which one? That is actually the second method, we can say, when actually the partner's capital account is assumed as to be the fluctuating. So let's discuss first, like when the partner's capital account is fixed, in such a situation, how we are supposed to prepare the partner's capital account. So children, whenever the first condition we are following, that is in case of the first condition, when we assume that the partner's capital account is fixed, it basically means that you are supposed to make the partner's capital account into two parts. Okay, the first part of that will be, we call it as a fixed capital account, and the second part of that, it will be called as what? That is the current capital account. Okay children, so here fixed capital account, if we will take up here, so fixed means we need to take up those things generally which don't change frequently, in case of any partnership form of the business, or we can say all those expenses and income which are not subject to the frequent changes will be taken up here. For example, if we will talk about the capitals introduced by the partner, that the capitals means whenever the partnership form of a business is started, so at that time the capital is introduced into the business. So this capital generally it is assumed that won't changes frequently. So this capital is shown where there in case of the fixed capital account. Okay children, so before that let's understand the logic of just putting the items in the partner's capital account here. As we have seen, that is actually you can see it here. There is one particular column A and B, and again there is one particular column, and I have written here A and B over here. So this particular column basically it stands for what? All the details relating to the items we will be mentioning over here. Now why I have written here A and B? Assuming that the name of my partners is A and B, and assuming that at least I am having how many partners in my business over here? That is 2. Suppose if 3 partners would be there, then we will have the 3 amount columns. Let us assume if you are having a 3 partners, then it's going to be like how? A's column, then B's column, then C's column. We can make separately also. We can make a separate partner's capital account for A. We can make it for B, like in the format of the ledger account here, but it will be a bit tedious, and moreover like it will be very lengthy too. So that's the reason, instead of making the separate partners capital account A, B and C, what we can do it here, we can make the combined partners capital account also. So I have assumed here as 2 partners, that's the reason I have taken here as the two amount column. If there would be three partners, so definitely children here it will be how many columns? Three columns. If there would be four partners, then here there will be four amount columns depending upon the name which is being given to you there in the question. Okay, so therefore that is the left hand side of the partners capital account or any ledger account, it is called as what? Debit side. And the right hand side of any ledger account, it is called as what? It is called as the credit side. So in case of a partners capital account, children, this right hand side is referred to as an income side. So all those things or all those items generally which act as an income for the partner will be shown on the credit side, and all those things which actually will be treated as an expenses from the partner's point of view will be shown where? There in case of the debit side. Okay, now so based upon this particular logic, that is the credit side is meant for the income, that is which is generally for the partners, and the debit side is meant for the expenses which is generally from the partner's point of view. So based upon this, now let us transfer some items relating to this. So we have seen it here. We will be making up the fixed capital account with those particular items generally which are not subject to the frequent changes. So one such item here is what we call it as a capital introduced by the partners in the beginning of the business. Okay, so children, that capital by nature it's a liability account. Okay, the capital, we can understand this in this way also, as for according to the rule which we have studied in class 11. Capital is what? Liabilities account. That all the liabilities gives the credit balances. Okay, so hence the capital invested by the partners would be shown on the credit side. Okay, this is actually, we can even write down here is, that is opening balance too. This can also be written here as what? That is opening balance as well. Okay children, now the next thing, when we talk about a capital, the two things can happen. Though doesn't take place frequently, but can take place in the business sometimes or rarely. For example, if the additional capital is introduced by the partner, like apart from the beginning capital, the normal capital which they have introduced in the beginning of the year, even if they wanted to introduce some additional capital, so that can also be considered. Okay, that can also happen in case of the business. So if any partner introduces the additional capital, it's not a frequent event. This may happen sometimes. Okay, rarely this can happen in the business. So if any partner is introducing any capital, like so therefore it will be shown on which side here? Credit side, because actually it will add up to the balance of the partner's capital. Okay, so we will be writing either bank account or cash. Okay, so what does it mean here? That is additional capital introduced. What does it mean here? That it means that is the additional capital introduced by the partner. Okay, so if any additional capital is introduced by the partner, it increases the value of the partner. Okay, so increases in the value of the capital or partner's capital, if it increases, so it will be shown there on case of the credit side here. Now there may can be a different transactions too which can as well take place here too. Here what we can say, that is, suppose if the partner is withdrawing capital, see, if the partner is withdrawing capital, so it reduces the capital. So when it reduces the capital, so definitely when the capital is reduced, so it should be coming on the debit side here. So we will be writing here as what? To bank oblique to cash. We can write down here, this means here what? That is capital withdrawn. Children, remember this, you will be using out of this bank or cash at a time only one thing. Okay, so suppose if you are taking, assuming that the capital has been withdrawn in the form of the bank, so just write only bank, or if we are assuming that the capital is withdrawn in the form of the cash, so just write only the cash. Same situation is here, don't write two things together. So you will be writing either the bank or the cash. I have written it both because you can see in the both the cases there in the books whenever you are just going through the partner's capital account. Okay, so these are the children, these are the things you can see it here in case of the partner's capital account, or in case of the fixed capital account, if we will talk about, which are not subjected to frequent changes, and where that much changes doesn't take place frequently in an year, you can say. Okay, so that is what the first is, the opening balance, the beginning capital which is introduced. The second is if the additional capital is introduced, and the third one is actually if the capital withdrawn. You know that, children, there is a rule for the ledger account, am I right, that at the end when all the posting is being done, the ledger account has to be balanced. So now here we will be balancing up the ledger account over here. So therefore the balancing basically means actually, you know, that equalizing the both the debit and the credit sides. Okay, so therefore normally if you will talk about, you know, in case of a fixed capital account, this always gives what? The fixed capital account always gives the credit balance. Okay, children, because you know, always every business, you can say that any of the business, if it is there, so definitely it involves the capital investment. So there may be a rare, or you can say that like it's impossible in case of a fixed capital account, you know, it will ever give the debit balance. The fixed capital account always gives what? That is actually credit balance. Now the question arises, what is the credit balance and what is the debit balance? You have already studied about this in class 11. Credit balance stands for what? When your credit side is more in comparison to that of the debit side. Okay, you know, when your credit side is more in comparison to debit side, so definitely you will get a deficit on the debit side. So this deficit on the debit side will be called as what? That it will be called as the credit balance. Similarly, if your debit side exceeds more than the credit side, okay, if your debit side exceeds more than the credit side, so definitely, you know, if this side is more, children, the balance will be coming to this side, so it will be called as what? It will be called as the debit balance. So in case of a fixed capital account, even this question has been asked in the board exams as well, in the MCQs question, that is actually which type of the balance does the fixed capital account gives. So fixed capital account gives always the credit balance. There is no possibility in case of the fixed capital account that it can ever, or so any time it can give what? That is actually the debit balance, because you know, we start this fixed capital account with the capital investment. Okay, that's the initial capital which is invested into the business. So generally fixed capital account means the opening balance will be on the debit side, closing balance means this is the balancing figure, you know, it will be there on the debit side. Okay, the opening balance is where there on the credit side, and the closing balance will be there on the debit side. And fixed capital account, children, always remember which type of the balance that the fixed capital account will be giving. It will always gives us credit balances. And from the partner's capital point of view, this credit balance stands for that the firm is having the money, which means a favorable balance, and debit balance stands for what? The firm has to invest even more into, that means it is unfavorable balance. Now the next thing here, after preparation of this fixed capital account, you know, in the same method, there is a B part, and this B part here is what we call it as what? That is the preparation of the current account. So current term means the something, you know, which keeps on changing is what we call it as a current. So here the current capital account which we are preparing will be showing those things generally, you know, which are subjected to the frequent changes, okay, in which the changes takes place in a yearly basis, even on a monthly basis. So all those things we will be just showing there in case of the current capital account. So children, let us understand, or let us just actually, you know, that is go through like which all the items that we will be posting there in case of the current account. For this very purpose, you know, we can use just a small acronym for this. Okay, in the debit side, I will be using just one small acronym, B plus DIP. Okay, and here I can use one small acronym, that is B plus, what we can call it as, that is PIX. Okay, so we can just use actually a small acronym over here, that is what we can call it here, that is actually B plus PIX. This acronym I can use over it here just to recall the items all together, and here B plus DIP. It's nothing. Okay, let me tell you what it is. See, like that of the fixed capital account, here we will be having what? We will be having the balance brought down here also, but make a note of this. If the question gives you any balance relating to the current account, then only it has to be shown over here. Don't misinterpret that this balance brought down and this balance brought down is one and the same thing, okay? This balance brought down is actually the beginning investment done by the partners into the business is what we call it as a this balance brought down. And this, suppose if your question gives any current account balances, then only it has to be shown here. If the question is silent about it, does not mention anything about the current account balances, still if you have been asked to make it, so therefore you won't be writing anything over here. Don't show the same value of this over here, it will get wrong. Okay, so by balance brought down, we will be using this by balance brought down if some actually current account balance is given to us in the question. So we have written it here by balance brought down. So the B stands for here balance brought down, okay? And P stands for what? Children, in the previous video we discussed about it. Before the partner's capital account, we used to prepare what? P&L appropriation. So this P&L appropriation, it gives either a profit or a loss. So if the profit comes over there, this is the income side, no? So therefore the profit should come over here. And if the loss is there, the loss means it should go to this expenses side. Okay, so this P stands for what here? This P stands for here P&L appropriation, and that is to what? Out of that is the profit at last which we get on the debit side. That should come here, that is by P&L appropriation. Now this I stands for what here? I basically means what, children? We have already seen on the debit side of the P&L appropriation we are having what? That is the interest on capital. This interest on capital is an income for the partner, but it is an expense from the firm's point of view. Okay, so by interest on capital, if it is there, then we are going to show it over here. Now the next after that, we will be having C. C stands for suppose if the partners, they are entitled for any commission. Okay, isn't it? Or if they receives any commission, as if it's mentioned in the deed, then the commission, if whomsoever partner will be expected to receive in that particular partner's column, this will be written. Now the next thing here it comes is S. Okay, this S stands for what? This S stands for the salary. Okay, children, if you're thorough with the P&L appropriation, so just in the format you would have seen there are some expenses and some incomes relating to the partner. We are showing it here. Almost the same things are just carried forward to the partner's capital account. Okay, if you're thorough with this, right, the same thing you can bring it forward here apart from the net loss and the net profit. And if you are not thorough with it, then you can use this acronym just to remember like what all the items you can have it on the credit side of the partner's capital account and as well as on the debit side. Now children, now the next thing here we have written all the items which is generally expected, that is from the partner's point of view, which can be the income. We have shown it on the credit side. Now we are going to the debit side, which is an expenses side. Now children, this is actually a partner's capital account from the basic fundamental point of view. Suppose if when we will be doing the admission chapter and the retirement chapter further, in that day you will find there will be even more additions of some items. There will be more few items will be added even there in the partner's capital account, that we will be dealing there when we will be dealing with that very particular chapter. Okay children, now in case of a debit side, when it is there, we can use this acronym B plus D. B stands for what? That is to balance brought down. Okay children, again this is an opening balance. Now the question may arise in your mind, that is, this is also opening balance, this is also opening balance. So what does this opening balance basically stands for? Children, when it is being given as a favorable balance, means you can say that when it's being given as a credit balance, so it will be taken over here. Okay, sometimes question mentions like actually the balance of the A, and in the bracket it's been written here as credit. So that means it's actually a capital account balance or a current capital account of the balance which is favorable. So all the favorable balances go there. Sometimes the question mentioned here A is current account balance and given as debit. Okay, debit means what? It's an unfavorable balance. That means the partners need to put even more money into the business, or there is a requirement of more money into the business to be invested. So that's what we call it as a debit balance. So in such a situation, this opening balance is what? Any debit balance if it is there relating to the current account, which is an unfavorable balance, if it is being given in the question, then it will be mentioned. Otherwise, if it's not mentioned, then leave this blank, nothing will be specified over here. Now the next thing here it comes is, here D stands for what, children? DIP. In that the D stands for, it stands for the drawings. Okay, what is the term drawing stands for here? This is if the partners, they are withdrawing the amount out of the profit. Okay children, now see, you can see it here. This is also a drawings, am I right? This is actually a drawings out of capital, and this drawings here stands for what? This is out of profit. If the partners actually they are withdrawing some amount out of the profit as the drawings, normally in the question, in the absence of any information, we assume that the drawings has to be out of profit only. Okay, so in case of a drawings, if it's an out of a profit, so definitely it will be shown here in the current, and if it is out of the capital, if it is being given here, then it will be shown here in this format over here. Now the next thing here, we have shown the drawings. Definitely if the partners, they are withdrawing some amount in the form of the drawings, so they are entitled to give, I mean right, not entitled, I must say that they are liable to give actually what? Interest. So this I stands for what here? That is to interest on drawings. The partners has to pay the interest on drawings to the firm as it's an expense from their point of view, so moreover you can say this thing that it decreases the capital too. Got it here? The partners capital too. So therefore to interest on drawings will be shown where there in case of the debit side. Okay, if the partners, they are making the payment to the firm in the form of the interest on drawings. And the P stands for what here? The last, that is actually the P stands for what? That is P&L appropriation. Okay, this basically means here is what? That is loss. Okay, this is what? P&L appropriation, and basically this means what? That if the firm is having a loss while preparing a P&L appropriation, then it will be coming there on the debit side, and if the firm is having a profit while preparing a P&L appropriation, then it will be coming here in the credit side. You know this, out of these two, only one thing we will be having at a time, either the profit or the loss. But still, you can use this acronym somehow just to recall, like when you are a beginner, when you are just doing the question at the beginning point of view. So therefore you can use this acronym just to recall the items. Okay, so B plus PIC stands for what? B means balance brought down, P stands for P&L appropriation profit or any profit, I stands for the interest on capital, C stands for the commission, and S stands for the salary. This is actually a fundamental partners current account which we are dealing, children. Again I am telling you, when we will be dealing with the admission chapter, retirement chapter, you will find even more few items will be added to it, that we will see it when we will be dealing with that particular chapters. But here we are dealing with the basic fundamental items, generally which you will find in any of the chapters. If you are making a partners capital account, it will be over there. So here you can use this acronym, that is B plus DIP. Got it here? Just to learn it, there is no need to write down this. Okay, 2 balance brought down, then it comes 2 drawings, 2 interest on drawings, and 2 P&L appropriation if the firm is having a loss while preparing the profit and loss appropriation account. So this is actually the format of what, children? This is actually a format of the partners capital account which we are supposed to prepare, when it is fixed. Okay, when it is fluctuating, in such a situation, nothing as such we will be doing it here. The fluctuating partners capital account is the combination of this two. When we will merge this fixed capital account and the current one, except adding this balance. Okay, this balance won't be counted in this opening balance won't be counted in that. When we will add this fixed capital account, and when we will add together the current capital account together, so therefore a partners capital account which we will be making is what we will call it as a fluctuating partners capital account. So it's very simple. There is nothing actually a new thing that you are supposed to deal here. So just let us discuss like what is actually the fluctuating partners capital account, okay, through its format. My dear students, now here we will be making actually the fluctuating partners capital account. Okay, we have seen just previously how to prepare a fixed capital account. Now this is a fluctuating partners capital account. So the balance brought down of the fixed capital account will be shown, okay, similarly in the same way. Okay, using the same rules what we have discussed, same additional capital introduced, if it is there, that will also be shown over here. And if the capital is withdrawn by the partners, then it will also be shown over here. And apart from this, all the current account items, except then the current account balances, okay, that is the opening balance of the current account, except that, remaining all the items, which are subject to the frequent changes, that will be shown here. Okay, so in that we have learned it, like through an acronym, that is For the credit side, B plus SIPS. Okay, so B, we have already taken this balance brought down over here. In that SIPS means we can take here, that is commission, okay, which we have seen in the current account will be the same thing coming over here. And this I stands for the interest on capital. You know, again this will also be coming here, because you know this thing that it is actually a income for the partner, that's why on the credit side. Okay, and the next here by P, it stands for what? That is by P&L appropriation. So children, this is the same we have shown in the current account, that is the profit. And suppose if the partners, they are entitled to any salary, so therefore that will also be coming over here. Got it, children? Now similarly, you know, in order to just to recall the debit side item in the partners capital account, in the current account we use the acronym B plus DIP. Okay, so therefore B stands for the balance brought down, or the bank or the cash, you can say. We don't have the balance brought down here, because mostly when we are making a fluctuating partners capital account, the balance always comes on the credit side. Okay, so this is actually, you can take it here as 2 bank if you are suppose here having. Then next is D stands for 2 drawings. The next is I stands for here is, that is interest on drawings, you know, because the partners has to pay it. It's an expense for the partners. That's the reason it's on the debit side. And P stands for what here? That is to profit and loss appropriation. Suppose your P&L appropriation is giving you the loss, then it should come on which side? There on the debit side. Okay, children. So fluctuating partners capital account, you know, when it will, we will be making it here, this will generally will be giving us what? That is the most of the times you will find it will be giving us a credit balance. Even when you are making a fluctuating partners capital account, the reason is because we are starting with the initial capital invested over there. Okay, so just after this balance carried down stands for what? Your balancing figure or the closing balance which is remaining at the end. And this closing balance or the balance carried on either of a current account or of the fluctuating partners capital account is the one which will be transferred finally to the balance sheet. Okay, this balance carried on, either if you are making a current account or a fluctuating partners capital account, this balance carried down is the one which will be transferred to where? It will be transferred to the balance sheet. Okay, children, now there is a very one important thing. Am I right? Just actually that you need to remember throughout whenever you are doing with the partnership accounts. Suppose if the question is silent about, you know, that is the question does not mention anything, which type of the partners capital account you are supposed to prepare. So in the absence of information, remember children, you need to note down one thing. Okay, what is the one thing that you are supposed to note down over here? In the absence, okay, in the absence of any information, okay, in the absence of any information, okay, which type of the partners capital account, it is understood that we will be making it here, that is fluctuating partners capital account. Remember children, if the question is silent about, then make a note of this. We need to make what? That is the fluctuating capital account. Okay, if the question says prepare that is partners capital account when it is fixed, so therefore it is very clear, and you know that is actually, so you can go for the first method, assuming that when the partners capital account is what? That is fixed, where you will be making up a fixed capital account on a current account. But if the question is silent, if it does not specifies anything, moreover, you know, it does not gives you any current account debit balance and the credit balance. Remember one thing, okay, even if the current account debit balance and the credit balance is also being given, okay, current account debit balance and credit balance, then also it's an understood thing. If it's not been clearly mentioned, then we need to make what? That is the first method we need to follow when the partner's capital account is fixed. Okay, that means we are supposed to make the fixed capital and the current account, okay, together. Now if the question does not say anything and no current account balances is being given, then it's an understood thing, whether you are in an admission chapter or whether you are doing the questions of the retirement or whatever, we follows commonly one particular pattern of the partner's capital account, and this is what? That is the fluctuating partner's capital account. It's an understood concept, children. The question won't be mentioning anything about this, okay? They will simply mention prepare partner's capital account. So If nothing as such is mentioned, which type? So in such a situation, it's an understood concept that we will be making which type of the partners capital account? We will be making the fluctuating partners capital account. Means this format we will be using, okay, in such a situation when nothing is mentioned in the question regarding the use of which type of the partners capital account. I hope so that the format is clear to you. Now we will be discussing or we will be dealing with a numerical based upon the preparation of the partners capital account along with that of the P&L appropriation. So we have seen in the previous video how to prepare the P&L appropriation. Now clubbing together the concept of the P&L appropriation with that of the partners capital account, we will be dealing with one numerical question. So for your better understanding. So my dear children, here we are with the practical question, a numerical problem relating to the preparation of the P&L appropriation and the partners capital account. Okay, so we will see like actually using the two methods, that is when the partners capital account is fixed and when it is fluctuating, using the two methods how to prepare the partners capital account as well as incorporating the preparation of the P&L appropriation as well, which we have already seen earlier. Okay, so let's go through the question first. So the question says that A and B are partners. They started a partnership business. They contributed capitals, that is how much? 4 lakh and 2 lakhs. Okay, they contributed rupees 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs. It is a capital which they contributed, and the terms of partnership agreement are as given under. This means actually according to the partnership deed, they are entitled for the following. So the first important thing here it comes is what? They are entitled for the interest on capital, that is how much? 10% per annum. Second is B is to get an annual salary. B partner is supposed to get an annual salary, means just for a year the B is supposed to get an annual salary of rupees 20,000, and the drawings of the partners it's been given 25,000 and 15,000, means A's drawing is 25,000 and B's drawing is how much here? That is 15,000. And next thing here it comes is the interest on drawings which is charged at 10% per annum. Okay, the interest on drawings which we are supposed to charge like actually which the firm is charging on the partners, we can say it here, that is how much? 10% per annum. The net profit for the firm before appropriation amounted to rupees 1,80,000. Okay, so out of this net profit, you know, no appropriations has been done. So before appropriations the net profit is how much? 1,80,000. And you know what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to prepare a P&L appropriation account and the partners capital account. Okay, this partners capital account, here we are supposed to make it assuming that when it is fixed and as well as when it is fluctuating. Okay, using the two methods, when it is fixed and fluctuating, we will be preparing the partners capital account as well. So the first, as per the sequence, you know, we will be making a P&L appropriation, then we will be going to the partners capital account. So here this is actually the P&L appropriation has been given, and as you all know, the left hand side of the P&L appropriation is debit and the right hand side of the P&L appropriation is called as the credit. This side indicates all the income, this side indicates what? It indicates all the expenses. And you know, the P&L appropriation is made from firm's point of view and the partners capital account is made from the partner's point of view. Okay, so now let us actually take down the items. You may be knowing about it. The first important thing is what? We need to transfer the net profit. Okay, the profits means should come on the credit side like we discussed earlier. So I'll write down here, that is net profit brought down. This should be the net profit before appropriations. So it's clearly given to us in the question. That is how much? 1,80,000. Okay children. Now the next is, you know, like the P&L appropriation, it includes what are the things here? The interest on capital, you know, which is an appropriation. It includes actually if any salary or commission to be given to the partners. Okay, check it. Let's check it whether it's been there. So we can find it. We are supposed to give the interest on capital as per the deed. So let's write down here as 2 interest on capital. Okay, so the 2 interest on capital means we need to calculate the 10% on 4 lakh and 2 lakhs. So how much it's going to be? For A, the partners, 10% on 4 lakh is 40,000, and for B, the partners, how much it's going to be? 20,000. All together is going to be as how much? That is 60,000 is the interest on capital. Okay children, now the next thing here it comes is what? The B is to get a salary. Okay, annual salary. So I mean definitely you need not to multiply it with 12 or anything. Directly you can take 20,000. So I am writing here as what? That is, it's only the B who is getting the salary. So B's salary how much? It's going to be the 20,000. Okay, as the firm is having Sufficient profits, we can see 1,80,000, you know, and it is how much? Only 80,000. That means we are having a sufficient profits to pay for these appropriations. Okay, now let us check anything else is there in the question. So therefore, you know, we can see it here. There is an interest on drawings. Okay, so we will write down interest on drawings means it's an income from the firm's point of view, okay, from the partner's point of view. So that's the reason it will come on the credit side. So A and B. Now see children, there is no time duration as such mentioned for the drawings here. You know the rule we have already seen, when there is no clarity about the time duration has been given in such a situation, you know, we need to calculate the interest on drawings for an average time duration or half yearly basis, okay, that is 6 months. Here we are making it actually for an annual basis for a 12 months duration. So just an average time duration we will be taking is half of it, that is 6 months. So interest on drawings, how to calculate the interest on drawings here, that is actually, you know, how to calculate it. I am writing it here. 25,000 is the A's drawing, got it here. A's drawing is how much? It's given here is 25,000. 25,000 into rate is 10 upon 100 mentioned in the question. Half yearly basis is going to be 6 upon 12. Similarly, for the B, what is the amount of the drawings being given? It is given here is 15,000 into 10 upon 100 into how much? 6 upon 12. Okay children, so therefore, like if we will solve this, so you know, I mean you can say that first to calculate the 10% of 25,000, it's going to be 2,500. 6 by 12 means you can divide it half. Okay, so hence this makes here as how much? 1250 for A. Similarly, if we will solve it, so we will get the value here for B is how much? 750. So let us write down here 1,250, let us write down 750, hence the total interest on the drawings will be how much here? That it accounts for here is 2,000. Okay, so most of the items which is already been given, you know, we have actually taken it into. So now actually let us close this P&L appropriation by balancing. Okay, so now let's do the balancing over here. So therefore, you know, the credit side is more because it's giving more total how much? 1,80,000, 82,000. Okay, similarly here also you can say that the total is coming as how much? 1,82,000. Okay, so therefore now you know that the process of the ledger balancing is very simple. 1,82,000 minus 60,000 plus 3,000. Okay, that means 1,82,000 minus 80,000. Okay, so you know the credit side is more, so we are having a credit balance. That means we are having a profit on the debit side. We will write down here to profit transferred to partners capital account. Okay children, so for A and B, now the question arises is, you know, how to distribute it between A and B. So let's find out first. 1,82,000 minus 80,000. If I will be doing, I will be getting how much? 1,02,000. Sorry, 1,02,000 as the profit. Now this profit has to be distributed between A and B. You can see it here in the question. As such, there is no ratio is mentioned, and you know, in case of a partnership, whenever the ratio is not mentioned or the question is silent about the profit sharing ratio, in such a situation we need to distribute the profit equally. Okay, there is nothing as such mentioned in the question regarding any profit sharing ratio. In such a situation we will be taking up the profit sharing ratio and we will be assuming it because it's an understood concept as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932. I mean, as per, you know, that is what, like actually the profits has to be distributed equally. So 1,02,000, there are two partners, got it here. So therefore hence the ratio is going to be 1:1. So we can do it 1,02,000 into 1/2 and 1,02,000 into 1/2 for B. Okay, so hence it is going to be the same. So 1,02,000 divided by 2, if we will do it here, you know, so we will get it here 51,000. 51,000. This is what we have got here. What we got here, that is actually, you know, the profit which is to be transferred to the partner's capital account. Now in the same question, let us make here, that is actually the fixed partner's capital account. Okay children, so therefore we have already seen the format of the fixed capital account. It contains only the three things. One is the initial capital invested, if the capital is introduced, or if the capital is withdrawn. Okay, so we cannot find anything as the capital withdrawn or the capital introduced here, but we can find that the capital being contributed by the two partners being given to us, that we will be writing here. You know, It's a liabilities account. So the opening balance will come on the credit side. By balance brought down how much? 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs. Okay, got it here? Now, there is no capital introduced, no capital withdrawn, nothing as such is there. So let's close this. There is nothing as such information. So let us close this fixed capital account by balancing. Hence, 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs. Let's write the total on both the sides. Okay, 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs. You know that the balance is coming on the debit side. That means it's a credit balance. And we have already seen earlier, fixed account always gives the credit balance, and most of the time even the fluctuating account as well. But in case of a fixed capital account, it's impossible that it will ever give the debit balance. Okay, so what's the balance carried down we will be having? That is 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs here for the fixed capital account. So children, whenever we are following this method, when the partner's capital account is fixed, in such a situation, you know, there are, to prepare it, you know, there are 2 partners capital account we are supposed to make it. One is with the static element, you know, that is actually the items which are not subjected to the frequent changes. Another one with the items generally which keeps on frequently changing. Okay, so here in this question you can find it, there is no balance brought down is relating to any current account or something is being given here. So in such a situation, what we will be doing it here, we will be simply, though we will be writing here as by balance brought down, but there is nothing as such is being given, so we will put a dash mark over here. And you can see it here, these all appropriations will be transferred. We have seen an acronym, you can use it here, B plus SIPS. So therefore commission is not there, rest all the things are there. Okay, by what we can write down? By interest on capital. You know, for the firm it's an expense, for the partner it is an income. So by interest on capital, how much I am going to write down? In A's column 40,000. And in B's column, how much? That is 20,000. And by salary. Okay. So A is not getting any salary, but the B is getting a salary of how much? That is 20,000. Now children, you can see it here. This profit we calculated is the profit transferred to partners capital account. We can write down here. That is by P&L appropriation. So this is the profit. How much is the profit? We will have it here. 51,000, 51,000. The same thing has to be transferred here. Okay. Now the next is, you know, the partner's capital account, whether it's fluctuating or the current, it shows the drawings. So we don't have any other debit balance. So let's start directly with the drawings. What is the drawings given to us in the question? The drawings given to us in the questions is how much? 5,000 and 15,000. And the next is we will be having here is 2 interest on drawings. How much interest on drawings we calculated here? The same thing will be transferred. Okay, 1250 and 750. Okay, how much it is? 1250 and 750. Okay, and there is no other information as such that you can find over here. So now the next thing here it comes is, let's actually do the total and, you know, let's balance this. Okay, so now let's balance this over here. Children, now let's balance this. Yeah, just actually in case of a partner's capital account, see, just in order to do the quick calculation, make a note of this, write the amount according to its place value. So 0, 0, 0, it becomes very easy for us to calculate it. Okay, so therefore if I say, I'll get the total this side 91,000 and same here 20 plus 20, 40 plus 51, 91,000. Okay, this is the total which I'll be getting it over here. Okay, now let us write the total on equal on both the sides. Maximum sides total 91,000, and here also let's write down here as 91,000. Okay, so we will have here is, that is 2 balance carried down. Okay, 2 balance carried down means 91,000 minus this. Take the amount of A's column and deduct it from the amount of debit sides A's column only. Okay, don't get confused in this. Okay, I'm having the total of the A column here is 91,000. This 91,000 I will be deducting from these two amounts. How much? 25,000 plus 1250. So 25,000 plus 1250 is going to be as how much? 26,250. So 91,000 minus 26,250. This is what I'm supposed to do in order to get the balance carried down of A. Okay, how much? 91,000 minus in the total of this two. Okay, the total of this two, that is 26,250. Okay, so if I'll deduct it, so how much value if I'll be getting it here? So just actually after calculating this, I should get the value after this will be how much? That is, 64,750. Okay children, so whenever you are doing it here, just make sure after writing the balance carried down, just do the total of this 3. If it's coming equal to this, that means your answer is correct. So we can check it also. So therefore this is 0, 5 plus 5, 10. Then after that here also 0. Then after that 5 plus, you can say this thing here, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 1, got it here. Then 10 plus 1, 11, 1 carry, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Hence this is correct. Similarly, okay, the 91,000, this minus 15,000 plus 750 means 91,000 minus 15,750. Okay, 91,000 minus 15,750. So what is the total that you are supposed to get it here? After deducting this, you should get 75,250. So let us check the total here. Okay, so you can find it here. The total we will be getting here. Am I right? That is actually, it's correct. It's automatically the answer that we are going to get it here is how much? That is 91,000. Hence the current capital account is giving us the balance. That is how much? 64,750 for A, and for B that is how much? 75,250. Okay, now after that the next is we will be making here is the fluctuating partners capital account. Now children, this is actually now the next we are going to discuss about the fluctuating partners capital account. Okay, so we have seen it here how to prepare that is a partners capital account using the fixed method. That is actually the first method when the partners capital is fixed. Now the second we are going to discuss about how to prepare the fluctuating partners capital account. Okay, the fluctuating partners capital account, when you are combining the current account and the fixed capital account, so it becomes a fluctuating partners capital account. In the current account, excluding its balance brought down, when we are combined with the rest of all the items, it becomes automatically the fluctuating partners capital account. So in the fluctuating partners capital account, we have seen we can use the first is balance brought down. Again, it's a partners capital account, it's a liability, so it starts with that is on the credit side. So A's balance brought down, that means A's capital is how much? 4 lakhs, and B is how much? That is 2 lakhs. Okay, now the next is A and B is entitled to receive the interest on capital. So interest on capital we have kept calculated over there. The same thing we will be using. For A, let me write it according to the place value, so it will help me to add it. So that's the reason I have written 40,000 over here and 20,000. Okay children, now the next after that here it comes is what? Now see, B is entitled for what? The B is entitled for salary. So let me write down salary in B's column. How much? That is 20,000. Okay, now then after that the next thing here it comes is the profit has to be transferred. Okay, it's an income, so therefore should come on the credit side. So I'm writing here by profit and loss appropriation in the bracket. I'm writing profit. Okay, so for further clarity, it's how much I will be having 51,000 for A, and for B it is 51,000. Okay, now the next is on the debit side here. There are two things we'll be having as an expense from the partner's point of view. One is drawings. They need to return it back to the firm. How much is the drawing given to us in the question? 25,000 and 15,000. Let us write down 25,000 and 15,000. Okay. Then after that, the next comes here is to interest on drawings. Okay, so children, this interest on drawings we calculated here. The same thing has to be used here. So how much? 1250 and 750. Okay, this is actually the interest on drawings. We will be having it here. Okay, so mostly all the items we have transferred, whichever and whatever is given to us in the question. Now it's actually the time here is to balance the fluctuating partners capital account. Okay children, so let us do the totaling over here. So hence this 0 0 here, you can see it here, 1 5 plus 4 9. The total of the A I am getting here is 4,91,000, and the total of the B here I am getting here is how much? 2,91,000. Okay, so therefore 2 plus 2 4 plus 5 9, and this 2, and I'm getting it here. You can find it here. The credit side total is more, so the maximum sides total, you know the rule for the ledger posting has to be written on both the sides. So therefore 4,41,000, and here it's going to be 2,91,000. Okay, now let's find out the balance here. 2 balance carried down. So 4,91,000 minus, you know, this A's columns total is 4,91,000 minus this debit side A's columns total. So what is the total of the debit side A's column? 26,250. So 4,91,000 minus 26,250. So for A, to find out how we will be finding here, 4,91,000 minus 26,250. Okay, so let's balance it and let's find out how much we will be getting the value here. So when we will be subtracting this, you know, so definitely we should get the value here as how much? We should get it here 4,64,750 for A. Okay, so let's write down here 4,64,750. So let's check the total whether it's coming 4,91,000. If it's coming 4,91,000, then it is correct. So it's just like this: 0, 5 plus 5, 10, 0, then 10. Okay, then after that 6, 7, then 7 plus 4, we will be having 11, 1, then 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Hence, actually, we after doing the total of this 3, we are going to get the total 4,91,000. Now, for B, how to calculate this? I'm just writing it over here. 2,91,000 minus, what is the total of B's columns of debit side? We will be having 15,000 plus 750 is going to be 15,750. Let's subtract it. So, how much value we are supposed to get it here? If we will be adding it, we will be getting here is how much? You know, that is 2,91,000 minus 15,750. So suppose if we will be deducting this here, so we will be getting the value here is 2,75,250. Okay, finally we will be getting the value here is how much? That is 2,75,250. So let's write down over here 2,75,250. Let's check the total whether it's coming equal to 2,91,000 or not. Okay, 0 0, 5 plus 5 is 10, 1, then 7 plus 2 plus 1, 10 and 1, then here 5 plus 5 is how much? 10 plus 1, carry 1, 9, 1 here. Okay, got it here. Then after that 7 plus 1, 8, then that 1, 9, 2,91,000. Hence total of both the sides here is how much? That is we are getting the same total. I mean, you know, for 4,91,000 here and 2,91,000 for B. Both the sides equal. Okay, so remember children, one more time I'm just giving you a reminder. Whenever the question is silent about, you know, that is which type of the partner's capital account is to be made. Remember, in the absence of any information in the question, we are supposed to prepare what? That is the fluctuating partner's capital account. Okay, if the question gives you current account, debit balances, credit balances, then go for the preparation of the partner's capital account with the first method. And if the question is totally, you know, you can say that the null or void about any information regarding the method which you are supposed to adopt for the preparation of the partner's capital account. Remember, whether it's admission, chapter, retirement, or whether it's a fundamental to the partnership, in the absence of any information, you are supposed to prepare the partner's capital account. That's what we call it as a fluctuating partner's capital account. Okay, I'm just adding a few more assignment questions also at the end of the video. Kindly solve that assignment questions and please actually send the answers to me on time, so therefore you can verify what you have done, it's correct or not.